Talofa, and as always, welcome back. Like, share, subscribe. This is one that I would like to see some comments in because I don't know if it's controversial or not, maybe a little bit, but I just think this one will be one that we can get some comments and the conversation going. It says FBAs aren't seeking allies after being rejected by other groups to unify for decades, after being rejected by other groups to unify for decades. FBAs are foundational Black Americans, so people who were here since slavery or whatnot, like our families. This is Emancipation Media. He's also on a channel called Black African Diaspora. Like always, links will be in the description below, and we'll let him talk. I forget his name offhand. Maybe he'll say it. So I don't think these guys.
A lot of FBAs are just really fed up with people just will not leave us alone.
I was gonna say I don't think he considers himself left or right. Really, some people they say they're just kind of fed up with the whole thing. I think he's in that category.
They keep trying to draw us into their issues and their mess, right? Leave us alone. They're just really fed up with people just will not leave us alone. They keep trying to draw us into their issues and their mess, right? And this one sister is going to just, read them for that because we're tired. Let's check that out.
Good afternoon. I didn't want to say it, but I don't give a about saying it now. I've been biting my tongue about it, but everybody's like, we're Black Americans. We're Black Americans. I've been telling y'all, don't get pressured into doing the work for everybody else to benefit. Number one, this gotta collapse and fall. Now, that's terrible. We're going to catch a sneeze when everybody else is catching pneumonia. We also know how to thrive at the bottom. We've been there, right? But everybody's like, oh, we're Black Americans. You next, you next. We were first. We've been told you that. But let me tell you something about the Hispanic community. Asking where the we at is crazy. Stop bringing up helping us in slavery and tell a real story about why we linked up. That's number one. Number two, how about you get your ass out there and stop asking where the we at and ask where the Latino for Trump's at who getting deported behind the shit they voted for. You wanted me to have more respect for your abuela than you did or your community, which is odd, right? And they get on here and they saying, oh, we should unify, we should all be together. You must never want to be together until your is in the dirt.
To be truthful though, we've been asking to unify for a long time, Black people. So I mean, I still want to unify
till your is in the dirt, because when our shit was in the slumps, nobody gave up. You understand what I'm saying? And when these activists,
it's weird growing up Black, like, and people want to like copy Black culture and act Black. Like, one thing I always say to people is everybody want to be Black till it's time to be Black. So like, it's just really weird. Like, people will, my sister, she's lighter than I am. She's white passing or whatever you call, but she doesn't try to pass for white, but she'll just be in rooms or areas where there's only white people and her, and they don't think that she's Black, and they'll say stuff about Black people, and sometimes, like, most of the time she don't say nothing, she'll just kind of walk out the room or whatever. But like, it's just weird when you can see both sides, and like, because I can be on both sides and like hear what both sides think because I'm mixed, and people tell me different things, but just like,
but that community get online and you try to be in the comment section and explain the discourse and why there's a disconnect. Oh, they're trying to pin us against each other. It's bots in the comments. No, the disconnect is your behavior, your voting. That's the disconnect. Your lack of community while needing the labor and work of Black people for your community. Nobody.
But see, talking about voting and lack of community, both parties try to split people. Both parties, like, oh, they're the enemy. They're the enemy. We need a party that is about community. The Green Party, we're going to do barbecues, we're going to do community gardens, we're going to do community days, all kinds of organizing. Today, well, actually, this is going to come out on Tuesday, I think, and today's Saturday. So I got a meeting today for the Green Party, and we're going to be putting stuff about that out. But yeah, we have two really, really strong parties not building community. So it doesn't really matter who you vote for if it's one of those two.
Bots did this. You understand what I'm saying? And for the bitch that just blocked me because I was trying to have a conversation with you, you in the community. All right, now, that wasn't bullying or harassment. That was educational purposes. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good day.
I'm going to keep repeating this thousands of times until everybody else get it. We have tried to ally with everybody. We tried to ally with the folks. you didn't want that because you was thinking more about your anti-black racism and superiority. So that never worked. We tried to ally and say, hey, let's do a black and brown coalition. It's more black and brown people in America than the folks. We link up together. It's what we were saying. If we link,
in case you don't know who the folks are, it's white people.
Come together because we more in numbers, man. We could run America, black and brown people. Nope, you didn't want it as a collective, not individuals, but as a collective. You didn't want it because you wanted to be white. Yeah, and when we say you wanted to be white, your groups like LULAC fought for you to be white because this country wanted to give a category for at the time a Mexican category, and LULAC fought against the Mexican category being put down on the census. What kind of sellout crap is that? But that's not my community to be speaking on. But they fought to be called white because whiteness was more important as a collective than actually being brown. And then when every time that we fought against racism, white supremacy as a collective, some of you were saying we were lazy. Some of you saying that we were race baiting. Some of you saying we were playing the victim. Some of you were joining white supremacist organizations. You understand what I'm saying? Some of you in your street gangs attacking black folks in California, starting war with black folks. Black folks haven't done nothing to Mexico. Nothing. We haven't stolen from Mexico. Anything. FBAs haven't done a thing to nobody's country. But yeah, you want to link up with the people that's hurt and harm you.
Well, the only thing that we've done to people's country is what America's done to people's country is like if you're like in the military going over to Iraq shooting people or whatever, like that's what we've done as a country that's bad to people. So like, yeah, we don't go doing things on our own, but like if you go overseas, like my dad's a tanker, comes home talking about he loves killing people and stuff like that. His little war stories when I was a little kid, he was always telling me how he liked to kill and he would use racist words for Asian people because he was in the Vietnam War. So, you know, he always come home talking about killing them and blowing them up and stuff. And so he's an FBA, and I would think that if you were a Korean, Vietnam, that Vietnamese, that you think he did something to you, kind of.
You know what I'm saying? We tried to link up with the Asians. Hey, man, let's have a black and Asian coalition. No, they didn't want to link up either. Asians. Well, the Arabs, they didn't want to link up. The Indians, they didn't want to link up. Oh, my gosh.
But speaking of the Arabs, too, like, we've been in Iraq and Afghanistan for 20 years. And, like, my adult life, my dad's been over there killing people, talking about wearing these racist hats and having these racist sayings about people over there. So, like, not all FBAs are bad, or not, I'm not saying we're all bad or anything like that. I don't know. Just, I could see how they wouldn't want to, they could see black people over there in the military killing them. Why would they want to join us? That doesn't make any sense.
Have just this minority coalition. Everybody non-white join together and hey,
but
man,
just basically the entire U.S., like we're looked at as the world's terrorist. If you're not a Western country, if you're like African, South American, Mexican, Asian, Russian, anywhere, Middle East, we've destroyed your country at some point in the past 200 years, except for Russia and China. But they're so big that we try. We're still trying to this day, right? China bad, Russia bad. So just that we're FBA means that we are Americans, right? Like that's what it is. So America represents us to the world too.
We could run this yard. There's more of us in this country than them. You know what I'm saying? Let's get together on that and look out for each other. No, none of these groups wanted it. Now that they got to really see what we tried to prevent, actually.
They thought they could come here and not have to face anything. They thought, I could just be American. It doesn't work that way.
Now
it's easier here.
You want an ally now. Now you want a coalition. It don't work that way. If you didn't want us when it wasn't happening to you, then you don't want us when it's happening to you. I want people to always, in your personal life, don't come to people's...
But see, like, I think of this in terms of Democrats, right? Like, there's no way you could push Democrats on this man. There's no way you could push Democrats on me. There's no way you could push Democrats on any really educated black person, probably over the age of, say, 35. Like when I was young, I've been shot at, I've been choked, I've been chased, called the N-word several times. All like that was my nickname almost when I was growing up. And I lived in Dayton, Ohio, which is not the South. It's really close to Kentucky, so it's close to the South. But I mean, I went through the Joe Biden crime bill. Bill Clinton was our first black president because he played the saxophone. Like we've been placated and lied to, and we're done. We're done with the Democratic Party. Like the older educated black people, we're done. We cannot vote for the crime bill party. So I understand that it's scary to do new things, but if you guys don't come over to the Green Party or to the DSA or to the people's side of things, you're not getting this man back. The Green Party can get this man. The Democratic Party cannot get this man, or probably anybody watching this man's channel. I know it's a lot smaller than Secular Talk. I know it's a lot smaller than Majority Report. But how's that working out for us? They're not getting nobody to vote Democratic either. Their people would love to vote Green if they were told, "Oh, this is going to be a thing. Let's make this move." And we got 2 years to where we got a nice little test case. See if we can get the bottom people in, governors, mayors, whatever. We don't have to worry about the presidency at this point. Let's do the bottom people and get them in. See what we can do. See if we can do it.
Rescue that rejected you when they were good.
Like the Democrats.
They didn't want nothing to do with you when they were good. But now they
And
down on
really
hard times, and now here they come. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, I see what you were saying now. You know, I need some help because we've done that before. I want y'all to remember this. We've helped all these other groups when they were down, and the moment they get up, what'd they do? They go right back into trying to be white or white validation. Basically stick their middle finger up at black people and give their butt to kiss to black people. And we sitting there looking like boo-boo the fool. So them days of looking like a fool is over. It's over. You on your own. We tired. We're not gonna put up with it. Now I repeat that, we're tired. We're not putting up with it 1,000,000 times. I don't care. Because repetition is the best way people learn anyway, is repetition. We're not coming outside. We tried the y'all say POC, y'all called it BIPOC, y'all called it all kind of things. And you didn't want to do none of them. You didn't want to do minority, you didn't want to do black and brown, you didn't want to do nothing. Black and Asian, you didn't want to do none of it. So since you don't want to do none of it, we don't want to do nothing either right now. We cool. You told us what you thought about us as a community long time ago. So show us how it's done then. Since some of us was called lazy and ghetto and
it's kind of that's deep, yo. Like when we was at the bottom, people just looking like, pull yourselves up. Now everybody's all worried about Trump and this and that. And they feel like they at the bottom looking up, like help us. If y'all had been helping us, we'd be loving to help now. And if y'all would have been helping us, you wouldn't need help now. There would be no Donald Trump. It'd be a Bernie Sanders or even someone to the left of that. Like a real Barack Obama, someone who talked like that but then backed it up. But yeah, so like the Democrats, the Republicans, they're not gonna cut it for I think most of the black community. I hope the black community goes the way of the Muslim community and is like, man, we can't deal with these people no more. Like our genocide been going on. We're trying to get over it rather than fight back.
Welfare and all kinds of different things you said about black people. You guys should get up and work and stop at being on welfare. Okay, well, we gonna work harder than y'all. Okay, well, go show them good folks how hard you work. And let's see if that's gonna stop Tom Homan from getting you a first class ticket on out of here. Go tell them how hard you work. See how far that goes for you. You can't work hard enough for these people. We told y'all that a long time ago. Well, you just be quiet.
Beck found out.
You're a good immigrant. Don't cause trouble like them FBA.
How often do you think about your poop? Now, some people out there poop a lot.
God.
Others, not so much.
Well, I guess
Did you know that every time that you pay a visit to the porcelain throne, your poop?
Oh, and that was at the end. We didn't even need to listen to it. But so, as the guy said, you need to poop every day, a few times a day. Sorry about that at the end there. But yeah, we need to do something different, guys. The Democrats, we tried to work with you guys, with the Democrats, with the liberals and stuff like that. It's not gonna work. Y'all need to come left or go right. Like if y'all like what Trump is doing, go to Trump. If y'all don't like what the Democrats are doing, the fecklessness, if you don't like the way the world's going, Now's the time. It's not time to hang on to the Democrats and keep trying the same thing to see if you can do something new. You're not going to do something new. Now's the time to change it over. Go left. Keep getting your info from across the spectrum.